Hey guys, welcome back to this version of Video Visions with me, Kristen, your literacy coach. Today we're going to talk about 1D, which is knowledge of resources and technology. I'm going to try a different presentation style on this video. Thanks so much to Wendy Bowerman for her feedback on how to make my slides easier for you all to see. So please continue sharing your thoughts with me on how I can make these videos better. I love to hear from you. So here we go. Today, we're going to talk about 1D, and we're going to discuss the effective use of online resources and websites, and it can assist with differentiation and create so many various levels of student learning support. Please remember that so many of these strategies and ideas that are shared in these videos for each domain can transfer to so many different pieces of the teaching rubric. None of them are 100% perfect in isolation, but using them together is best practice. So today we're going to discuss about some amazing technology that we can use in our live lessons. And we call them the 3 T's to using online resources in our lessons. So it's the theme, the team, and the task. So in order to ensure your success and student success, make sure you consider these 3 things. You can deliver your content through any theme. But the theme needs to excite you, the teacher, first, so that you have buy-in when teaching the lesson. There are so many great opportunities out there right now for things that are current with students. So maybe talk to your child who is in high school or talk to a friend's child and see what they like and theme your lesson that way. When talking about teaming, games naturally tend to have points that measure experience within the game. But points serve as a measurement of success for the player. So they're looking at points to see how successful they're being. So once gained, make sure that those points do not disappear. They're not punitive. But also make sure that we allow students the ability to gain points when they're working together collaboratively in a group or individually, and give them those experiences or challenges to grow. If points are not working for you, it's just too much to keep up with, try using some students as a team leader to keep track of those points and have all of Team A write in red and all of Team B write in blue, so it's easy to keep track. But if that's just too much for you, just put them into teams and have a friendly competition, no points at all throughout the live lesson. When talking about our tasks, we want to make sure that we design learning opportunities that are engaging. Not everything has to be tied to a grade. So think about, having a brain break in the middle of your game that does not check knowledge or test knowledge. So make sure that the students are able to have kind of a breather during the middle of the lesson that's not tied to something that is going to be graded. Think about, checking out this great link on my Video Visions tab on my site that allows you to go into the slides and see some of these great hyperlinks called the Institute of Play. It really dives deep into 7 of the great best practices when gamifying up your lesson. Making sure that everyone's participating, making sure that the learning feels like play, making sure that the learning happens by doing, so authentic experiences. Challenge is constant and rigor is connected throughout, and that your theme continues throughout the lesson, not just at the beginning. So gamification and game-based learning is the new buzzword right now. It's not really new, but it's something that has carried for a long time and it's sticking. So the difference between gamification and game-based learning are here. So when you're talking about gamification, it's really good for students because it's easily embedded into classrooms. It allows that game layer to what classroom teachers are already doing. You don't need to change the content. Gamifying changes how teachers deliver the content. It allows teachers to design lessons that captivate and inspire students. And that growth mindset definitely becomes a byproduct as they're constantly trying to win or play their best at games. Game-based learning is where we use a game-based platform and insert the content into that. So it might include things like Kahoot or quizzes or Socrative, where learning comes from playing an actual game. So thinking about those guided questions when we're doing our planning, make sure that you're ensuring that content is explained and what kind of tech resources you are using other than Blackboard tools when you are creating that question survey or questionnaire for your evaluation. Make sure that gamifying ideas and theming up your lessons. Think about what it's going to look like with my content. Just because I like Star Wars does not mean it's going to work well into my lesson. And I'll show you an example of that in a moment. And also think about, when planning my lesson, what will make content come alive? Again, what are those students engaged and into at this point in time? So here are some really cool samples of some gamified lessons in action. So you may see some use of Google Docs or forms or sites that teachers are using, and we're going to discuss that in 2C more when we talk about monitoring and managing student progress. So for instance, this right up here in the top left talks about a choose your own adventure, where the kids could pick in which way they wanted to review a module. The teacher gets to almost every option, but the kids don't know that. So it looks like they have more buy-in because they had a choice in which order they wanted to complete their module review. Over here, this is where a Pokemon Go was placed into an ESS lesson, where they picked the team they went to and they actually went on a Pokemon Go hunt with some Earth, space, science topics. Here is where the teacher did a getting triggy with it to review triangles and angles, and totally had them looking for treasure in the Bermuda Triangle. Stranger Things was a huge series over the past couple of years. It's coming back, but this teacher created a Google site and a Google form. So everything is housed outside of Blackboard, but these kids are thoroughly engaged. So when we're wrapping up these ideas on gamifying and gamification, think about how you're going to use these quality resources and technology to ignite your student learning. I had an amazing teacher, Amy Roberts, reach out to ask how to embed Screencastify videos into Educator. So right down here is an easy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on how to get it done. Please make sure you create your own private YouTube channel and use those links to gain access to your HTML code. Follow the simple instructions here and let me know if you have any questions. Don't forget, I'm always happy to help, and you can access all these videos and slides on my Google site on the Video Visions tab. I cannot wait to see you next time, friends. Have a wonderful day.